Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sherry. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thanks for coming back. I've got this really big light here. It's been raining for quite many days, and so I really wasn't sure if I would be able to see or not today. So I thought I'd try this light, but I don't know. I don't know which is best. This way or this way? I don't know. We'll keep it this way so I can see. So it's been a long time since you've actually seen a new video. The last video I recorded was March 9th, and today is April 5th. So you've missed a lot of action here at this house since my last video. I've purchased numerous anthuriums and some different type of plants since we've last been together. And today we're going to pot up 2 plants that I got from NSC Tropicals on Tuesday. That's really what my objective is today. Saturday, so I decided to hold off on potting them up until today. So before we start, do I want to show you anything? I don't think so. Not yet. You can see the changes behind me. My husband put up another shelf here and then another shelf over here. It's a little, I'm not using that yet, but I wanted this one up here for my Anthurium pallidiflorum. He'll have plenty of room to grow. He's pushing out a new leaf now, so I'm really excited about that. And maybe what we'll do at the end of this is I'll take you around and show you the new plants, or I'll save that for the next one. We'll just have to see. All right, so let's hop to it. Yeah, so I am so happy with how things are right now. After getting my room all settled here, I rearranged it over there. We bought a few crates and we stained them, and then I've set them out and about to make the place look nicer than it was. So I'm really excited about where I'm at. Being just the 2 of us, you know, we have our own spaces, and this room has become my space. And my husband moved in my recliner and my iPad, my computers. Of course, when you think of that, don't think of like a desk, because it's not. It's just my recliner and 2 little end tables to the side, and I can be in the presence of my sanctuary at all times, and I love it. I really do. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. I've been in the family room since we've moved here. We've always made that little room kind of like where we would stay. We'd never use this gigantic living room. And I never thought of moving in here. There's no reason not to. We don't have a TV. We don't use that room other than me sitting in there with the dogs. So now the dogs are in here with me most of the time. They're in the other room sometime, and I'm in here all the time, and I can really enjoy my plants. And I'll tell you something that it's really helped. When I'm around these plants and I'm actually getting to soak in the vibe of my plants, I don't have that niche of always having to buy the plants. Now, does it still happen? Yes. Have I been on Palm Street? Yes. Have I been on Etsy? Yes. But have I bought anything in the last few days? No. And I just did this last weekend. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you don't get to enjoy your plants that you have, I can understand, being in the presence of them and everything, I could understand why we're always buying them, because we're not sated. We're not getting the full vibe of our plants, unless you're in it. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah, so on to the new plants. The new plants that I bought, I bought this one on Palm Street. So go ahead and do this here. So on Palm Street, Baker's Acres is a nursery in Columbus, Ohio. And I haven't been there, but I know that they sell all of these rare plants. And I've always wanted to go there, but it's 90 minutes away, and I'm just not a driver. I'm not someone who wants to hop in the car and drive away from my house for very long. So yeah, unless I had someone to go with me, maybe then I'd do it. But even then, the 90 minutes is a long drive. But the thing is, with Baker's Acres, is they don't ship their plants. So I thought, well, I probably won't ever get the experience to buy any of their plants until now that I'm on Palm Street. They're actually on there, and they had a purge last week, and I was on the purge, and I bought this little plant here. So this is a tall, which it's not tall yet, obviously, it's just still baby growing, but it's a tall cross, Ace of Spades crossed, I can't read it, F-O-R, oh my gosh, I just drew a blank. That plant right there, Forgetti. So Ace of Spades crossed with Forgetti crossed with Michelle. Okay, so there's that. And of course, anything with Michelle in it, it's going to be a good plant, in my opinion. The only downside at all is that Michelle tends to be the I don't know, what comes out of it most, and that's okay, but I just don't want every one of my plants to look like a Michelle. So I'm really hoping that as this little plant grows, it'll become what it's supposed to be, and more of all three crosses rather than a Michelle look. So yeah, so that's this one. Again, sorry about my lighting, and my mics aren't working either, but as long as I stay close to the phone that I'm recording on, you should be fine with hearing me. I don't usually get up and walk around anyways. So that's this one. Now let me show you real quick here. As I just said, I don't get up. So here's my big Michelle. I'm not gonna lift that one though. I'll just do the little one. So what I'm going to show you here is, now I don't have an Ace of Spade plant, so I can't show you what that looks like. If I can find something on the internet, I'll pop it up on the screen. But here's just kind of like the crosses. So here is my Forgetti. So this is one that I didn't record. This is a new plant I bought from Amazon, and it actually came from Leo Plants, which I've bought from before. And this is the new leaf. When I got it, this leaf was starting to come out, which I'll put a picture up on. And I also have a short out there. If future Sherry remembers, she can link it in the description. But I love this little plant. I really do. This was my first Forgetti, And I think that this is like one of my favorites. I just love this little plant. It's a little wonky, this leaf, but maybe it'll get better. You know, maybe it'll get better as it grows here in my environment. So there's the Forgetti, and now let me show you the little plant again. So the only piece of the Forgetti I see here, the sinuses are not fused, where the sinuses are fused for Forgetti. So but there's the two together. So there's no sinus fusion, but the leaf shape, the teardrop leaf shape, definitely exists there. So I can see that. And then here is one of my Michelles. This is it's growing a leaf, so I need to be, it's really, really leany. And I've got my Buddha in here to try to keep that stem up. So here's the Michelle. Right, so you've got this beautiful dark leaf and the veins. So again, the veins here look the same as the shell to me. So to me, that's just kind of a neat, being able to see the two, at least two of the three crosses together. But yeah, so here's the new leaf coming out, just so you can see it. I really hate this lighting, guys. I really don't. This is kind of makes everything ugly looking, but yet at the same time you can see it. So there's the new leaf. It's getting bigger each day. And that stem is pretty wide, so yeah, I'm excited about that. So let me put these back up. Actually, I'm just gonna put this one up for now. Okay, now the next plant I got from them was not expected, because this plant wasn't on a purge. It wasn't on the purge. So I bought this plant, and when you buy from Palm Street, your order is out there, and the company or the shop that you buy from can easily add things or take away things and do refunds. You know, it's really flexible. So I decided to go out on their website, and when I did, most of their stuff, they didn't have anything left, but they did have one of these left, and I had to get it. I had to get it, and this is another Anthurium by Doc Block. It is not a Michelle. It is a, get this out of here. Ooh, there we go. It is a Brown Derby cross with Purple Rain. Okay, so that's, it's trying to find me. I'll try to zoom in on that when I edit. So that is what they say it is. That's so, but when I look at this Michelle, right? Let me put this up here. This Michelle here. Now remember, this is the younger one. It's not my real big one back here where my finger's pointing. That one's the real big one. I just didn't want to lift it. And then here is the one that I got. Look at this leaf. I mean, I couldn't not get this, guys. I couldn't not get this, and simply because I want something. I know Michelle's are great. Dock block plants are great. They're hardy, and they're just phenomenal. So when I saw this dock block, and I saw that it's a brown derby cross with Purple Rain, I said, I'm getting it. Although it looks just like the Michelle. I mean, seriously, if you look at these leaves, there's no difference. So when this plant grows, I'm going to pay as much attention as I can. Here's another leaf, pretty bung up. You can tell it's been out in the nursery because of probably wind damage. Here, I'll be cutting that off. And then this one's not too bad. This one's not bad. And then you've got this little one, that's not bad. And then you got the real baby one from when it started. If you can see it, I don't know. Yeah, this guy's in the way, but I'll be cutting those off, and then this one here I'll be cutting off. So, and it has a flower. Oops, gimbal's losing it. Yep, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Okay, so yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to keep the flower or not. It is growing another leaf, or I think it's a leaf. I don't know. So now I've got a conundrum, right? It almost looks like another flower, and that looks like it's growing something. Wow, this thing's massive. So, which is why I need to get it into one of my tall pots, because this thing's growing all over the place. This is a 5-inch pot that they had it in. I've had it for 4 days. There's no signs of bugs. I'm not worried about that. It's been in the other room. I showered it off. I showered them both off. I treated them, and then they've been sitting in the other room till today. So, yeah. So that's my story. So I pinged them on Palm Street. I signed on, Palm Street, and I messaged them, and I said, I noticed you have this brown derby cross purple on your website. Is there any possibility I could buy that and you send it to me? And they're like, well, we don't typically ship from our website, but yeah, in this instance we can. And I was really excited because I was like, this plant, this leaf was just, I was like, I need to have another dock block, and it's not on a shelf, is what they say. So I just, so that's my story on these two plants. And so, yeah, they added it to my order. They took off the overnight that I had on it, so that saved me like $40 because they're only, like I say, 90 minutes away from me. So UPS Ground got it here overnight. So that saved me a lot of money. Very great people. If you haven't been to their website, check it out. If you're ever in Ohio, check them out too. And on Palm Street, follow them, and then you can see when they do purges, and then they will, they will ship, obviously. So, yeah, that's it. All right, so let's go. Let's get to it. Move him back. So, lucky you, I decided that I wouldn't torture you for making more of my DIY mix. I know I do that almost every recording, and I thought, well, I'll just do it before I start. Then that way you don't have to sit through it. But if you like seeing me do it, if you like seeing me do it without fast forwarding it, or if you like seeing me do it fast forwarding it with music, let me know and I'll add it back in. But I don't want to waste your time with that kind of stuff if you're not interested. I like it because it's it's soothing. It's very soothing, I think, when to watch, but yeah, I don't know. It just depends really on my mood. All right, let me get this stuff out of here. Yeah, so it's been raining here and thundering every night around 10:30 p.m. And it lasts pretty much throughout the night. So I think the last 3 nights it's been doing it. And so it's been very difficult to sleep in. But I will say it's training me to, last night I just said, I'm sleeping. You can thunder all you want, but I'm gonna sleep because I need my rest. And when I work, I get very little sleep because I'm all amped up, ready to go in the next day. And I just not a sleeper, but on the weekends I need my sleep. And so I was really glad I was able to fall back to sleep after I let the babies out. And it did stop long enough that, because they won't go out if it's thundering. It's just way too scary for them. I'm gonna pot up the big one first because it's the one that matters most to me. So let's go ahead and do that. So I am going to, let's see if I can lower you. Yeah, okay, it's been, yeah. All right, so it wants to track me. So I think what I'll do is take my pearl light and just, this way you can see. Might be too high, but we'll see. So one of the things, as an experienced dock block plant collector here, I knew that these things would be massive inside of that 5-inch pot, and I was right. Look at this. I mean, guys, don't suffocate your anthuriums. They want room to grow. But I understand why nurseries do it. Just, I've seen some people on plant channels that they would like up-pot this maybe in 6 months from getting it, and I'm like, are you serious? Don't think that's a good idea, but looks like we've got peat, all peat moss here. So what I think I'm gonna do is, to make this easier, I'm gonna get rid of the leaves that I don't want. Where are my scissors? There we go. All right. So I've really been contemplating about my channel. I love doing it, but I don't know how much longer I'm gonna do it. It's just, I don't know, for some reason when I think of doing it, I get excited, but when I start to do it, I'm not so excited anymore, and it becomes like a chore almost, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep that up or not. I am thinking about maybe doing lives on YouTube, not YouTube, but TikTok. And like this would just be a live, there'd be no editing, there'd be nothing. It's what is. The only thing with that is I don't know if I have the energy to keep up with reading people's comments as I'm doing this. So I don't know. Yeah. You might not see me as much as you were. I had a lot scheduled months out, and I have no more scheduled as of today. So whenever I release this will be what it is, but I don't know if I'll make more. I don't know if I'll do it still once a week. So I don't know. We'll see. These have so much roots. Careful, but it's so tight in there. It's looking for me in it, sorry. That's I know I repeat myself all the time, but the gimbal's great until it's not. I don't know if it's raining. I may go outside and try to get most of this out because this is going to take too long. And for all my wonderful commenters, I just want to say thank you. To two especially, Joyce and Juanelle you guys are great. I am so appreciative of you two. You're always my dedicated watchers and commenters. So thank you for that. I always look forward to seeing what you guys have to say about stuff. Oh, and by the way, on the string of hearts that you guys commented on today, I just wanted to let you know, thank you for telling me about the bright light. I didn't like where I had it, so I went ahead and it's been behind me where my finger is right there. It's been getting that bright light ever since the day you saw that that video was recorded, and it's just flourishing. I've got a whole bunch of little shoots coming out the top. I water it easily every 7 days. Wow, this thing, there's so many roots. Of course, I knew that though before I even took it out. Another plant that I got maybe a week and a half ago. If you're on Instagram, you probably saw it, but if you're on TikTok, I know you would have. And there are two plants. I went to North Shore Tropicals, and after I saw, I watched what's her name? Oh, my husband's in the hall holding Missy. What's going on there? Yeah, after I saw, it's Kaylee Ellen. I always get her name wrong. Kaylee Ellen. She did a plant, like a rare plant index for Alocasia Anthurium. And she was showing pictures of certain plants, and she mentioned that she got a North Shore Tropical Fairchild. And I was like, what is that? I've never heard of that before. And she posted it up on her screen, you know, to share it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that thing is beautiful. I've never seen one of those before. So I went out there, and they had a baby one. They have an adult one, which the adult was way too expensive. So I bought a baby. And while I was there, I've been wanting a Anthurium regale since I can remember. But every time I see one, which isn't often, I wasn't ready to commit until I saw the one that this North Shore Tropicals had. And so I bought those two together. They're beautiful. All right, this is taking a really long time. All right, so change of plans. My husband inspired me to tough it out in the rain, and he went out with me. And it wasn't bad. It's the tree, our big tree, pretty much blocked me from getting sopped. So while I was out there, I did both of them. So here's our big guy. Here's what he looks like. So only a few little bit of stuff here left that I can just wipe off quick. But his roots are beautiful. And this is another reason why I am a firm believer in Doc Block, because of the root system that it has. It's just phenomenal, guys. If you're gonna have an Anthurium collection, or if you're nervous about buying an Anthurium, my recommendation is to buy a Doc Block, but make sure it's a Doc Block. And the only way I know that you can be sure is that you get a official Anthurium Doc Block label with it. So granted, a lot of people were able to buy these when Home Depot actually came out, not with this one, but with the Michelle. I was like shocked, but I was happy because it allowed people to get it without spending so much money on them. My first one was $195. I'm not going to tell you what I spent on this one. So let's just say this one was more, and it was because it was bigger. So the other one that I got was a baby plant when I got her, and then the nice thing was it had the two plants hooked together. And I was able to separate them after a few months of having it, and then now I've got the two, so it's really nice. Now here's the little one. So the roots on this one's nice. No red, which you wouldn't see red here, because even though there's a little bit of Michelle in it, I think that the Michelle isn't as strong It's not as strong in this plant. Every time I see AOS, I say A.O. Smith. Now you're thinking to yourself, what's A.O. Smith? Well, it's a vendor that place I work is a vendor of theirs, and they sell water heaters. Yeah. So if you ever hear me say A.O. Smith, now you know why. But it's really Ace of Spades, and I have to keep that in my head, Ace of Spades. Looks like that I've got 2 plants growing here. This little leaf here is hanging on underneath to another plant, it looks like. There's a leaf starting out, and I really don't want, I think I'm gonna wait to do anything about it until it's bigger. All right, so I brought in 3 different sizes. I always start these big Anthurium, especially Michelle, in an 8-inch, and within a matter of 6 months to 8 months, it's in a 10, which is what happened to this one back here where my finger's pointing. So when I got that one originally, before I ended up splitting it, I had it in a 6-inch because it wasn't that huge. But then I went up to an 8-inch, separated the other one, put the other one in a 5-inch because it was smaller. And now they're both, is there both? No, the big one's in a 10-inch, the smaller one is in the 8-inch that you saw earlier. So I'm gonna put this one, because of the root size and the size of the leaves, I'm putting it in an 8-inch. I did bring a 7, but I'm not gonna do a 7. I'm gonna do the 8-inch because this will give me enough for 6 months at least through the summertime, maybe to the end of the year before I have to up-pot her again. So, I bought last weekend when I was out, and the only thing plant-wise I bought, my goal was I wanted to buy some things for my shelves for my crates. I don't want to put plants in the crates at all times or anything because there's no light in there. But I bought some air plants. So I went and bought 2 additional big air plants like the one that I have. Not near the size of the one I have. They weren't very healthy. I don't think they ever had water, which is sad. Anyone who says you don't have to water air plants, that's not true. And they're a plant, they're a living organism, and they need water. Soaking them is what I do. I soak them every 20 days. And the one that I've had now for a few months is just gorgeous. And what I wanted was another gorgeous one, but it's going to take quite a while for these little guys to become gorgeous because they were abused by not being watered. So please water your air plants. Please. Now I think these are going to be too small for the bottom of this, which I completely forgot about. Yeah, so I say these as I bought this big bag of Leca clay pebbles. But I think it's going to be way too small, or way too small for this size of hole. and I know it, so I don't even know why I'm thinking of it. Yep. Okay, so I've got some bark left, and I've got some thick or big perlite. So I'm going to use my perlite. I don't want to dirty up my table too. Well, it's already dirty. Why bother? Yeah, why bother? It's already dirty, right? It's already dirty, might as well just go for it. I need to clean my cables. I've been putting it off because my foot was in so much pain I could barely walk on it. And I couldn't walk on it for very long, or else I was out of commission for almost a week. And so I've been putting it off and putting it off. It's not like they're real dirty, it's just I like cleaning the tables because I get a lot of the water spots on it because I missed my leaves. And then, you know, when I put my finger in the dirt to see if they need water, I make a mess. So I really need to do that. And I was thinking of recording it. It's not going to be anything exciting. So, but if I do record it, you could always listen to it as you're doing your plant chores. But I don't think I'll do it today. I don't know. We'll see. But on my feet, I finally had my my doctor's appointment, which was the podiatrist this past week. And it was big calluses on the right foot. Had a really embedded callus that always had bothered me, but nothing to this point of pain. I mean, nothing to this pain. It caused swelling. It caused nerves firing in my foot. I mean, I was like, what is happening? And he shaved off the calluses, and my foot feels great. I can walk on it. I mean, it's sore. I still think I've got a little bit of plantar fasciitis left, but it's nothing like it was. So I am so happy about that. I'm going to try and start walking the dogs again when the weather's decent, and hopefully that I can build up to a walking plan again, because I miss that. I miss that a lot. You guys cannot see me. Let's take this pole. But I'm so glad that seems to be what the problem was. And he did an X-ray, and there was no break. Everything looked good for a diabetic. He said that he does want me to get, insoles, custom-made insoles, which I probably will, I don't know. The problem with those, I don't know if you guys have ever had custom insoles before, but I have, and it just seems, my feet don't do well with insoles. I have neuropathy, and they're very sensitive. And anything with a hump in it, or an unusual hump, it can cause me great pain. So it's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do it. Even if my insurance pays for it, I still have to pay for it because, it's a deductible now that I have to pay. So I don't know. I'm adding my Myco. So here's the secret, guys. I'm remembering my Myco now. And I think the secret is because I keep it, stinks. I keep it, I want it down far. I think about there, so. I keep it in with my supplies instead of putting it where my fertilizer and stuff is. So I always have it with me. I think that's the secret. Secret sauce. This thing, I don't think I want this. It's ugly looking, but it's got the flower growing out of it. Do I want to keep the flower? I'm not going to keep the flower because, yeah, I'm not going to keep the flower. But it's big. It's a big leaf. Do I want to keep that? I don't know. Oh, my camera. You can't see me. Hello, I'm right here. Oh my gosh, this gimbal. All right, so I can't hide my face. I can't. I'm sorry, guys. It's just not working out with this big plant, is it? Let's see if I can move it over here. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I don't like this ugly leaf anyways. I'm going to cut the flower. If it was a pretty leaf, I would have kept it, but here's the thing with anthuriums for me. The goal is you get them in as deep as you can get them, because within a few months it's going to grow and it wants to keep that stem moist and inside of the dirt. And you see these aeroids coming out? I got an aeroid here and I've got an aeroid over here. And this dude is going to be growing. And I've already got probably 1.5 inches of stem that needs to be covered. So I want it down deep. And to have it down deep, ideally, you can't have these low leaves. So I need to get rid of this one too. This used to like freak me out when I saw plant people do it, but I get it now. It doesn't even bother me. You just gotta get rid of them. I mean, you don't have to. That's completely up to you. But I would recommend it just because it makes the plant happier, and the plant's happier. It's going to grow a bit better. It's going to have more moisture around its stem. It makes it happy. So I'm all about making the plant happy. Because if it's happy, I'm happy. I added more peat moss today in here because I feel like hold on a second. It's hard to do, guys. Because the tree fern is so heavy. It's so heavy. I feel like that it could be a problem for me and the roots in some of my plants. Maybe. I've had no problems yet, but I just noticed how heavy it is with so much tree fern. So I decided to add a little bit more of the peat moss today instead. And I also added bigger clumps of perlite in here. Real pain, guys. Honestly, I really need to look into getting a real tripod, but I don't think I can because I have this 360 Instagram 360 Flow, which is the gimbal, and I can only buy their products with that, which makes it difficult because they don't, I just feel like it could be better than what it is. Oh, my hand's cramping. So heavy. So far, guys, so far, knock on wood, I have not seen a gnat. A lot of moisture coming now. We're up to 55% humidity. Oh, 57% today. Water's holding more in my DIY mix. You know, there's more water in the air, so I suspect that they'll be coming soon. And I'm really, really nervous about that because, well, one, I don't want them, but I still been using, every watering, I still use my BIT solution. And the only difference this year than last is I'm having to take these, taking these big plants down into the bathtub and I'm watering them instead of using my sink, which makes it harder to deliver the water and the water fertilizer and the water BTI solution all inside of the pot down in the bathroom. With them all being down and me bending over, it's just not as conducive as the sink. So I'm really nervous that I'm not getting all of the dirt wet with that BIT solution. And if I'm not, those little suckers are going to find it and they're going to propagate fast if I don't kill them, if they're in there, you know, or when they get in there. Oh, I know I've seen a few plant channels having starting already for them, and so if it's starting for them, then I know I'm just around the corner. So I'm covering the stem completely up as much as I can. And I will say that that aroid, it's still too close to the top, even though it looks like I've got this plant pretty low. That aroid's going to be growing in no time above this dirt. So, and speaking of which, I do need to, while I'm thinking about it, another plant that I got 2 other plants that you didn't know about. I bought from Lex, which I've bought from her before, and I have a video out on that experience. If you're interested, it's in my plant playlist. I got 2 plants from her. One is a Forgetti crossed with Vittarliifolium. And how odd is that? I mean, I was like, what? Who would cross a Vittarliifolium, which of course I've got a Pallidiflorum. That's not a Validiforum. But the Validiforum is no different, except it is different, but it's a strap leaf, so it gets really long. But they crossed it with a Forgetti, which is this plant here that you just saw in the beginning. And so you see this plant where my finger is up there, that guy, that's that plant. Now I need to get it down and fix it up while we're here. But yeah, I'm like, it's so weird, but I wanted it. I was like, that would be so cool if it's a little longer, but yet it's Forgetti. I wanted it. I thought that'd be cool. So I got that, and then this other one, I don't remember the name of it, so I'll put it on the screen. It was a beautiful plant. It was crossed with a luxurian, and I think maybe a dress. I'm not sure, but it's this one here that I'm pointing at next to the Wendlingeri. So it's this big one here, right there. It's a brand new leaf, but yeah, beautiful plants. I think the world of Lex, and she's just a wonderful person to do business with. The only thing is you know, she uses the UPS or USPS, and and it's not her fault. I mean, that's not her fault that it was late, but yeah, it's just, I bought the overnight UPS or USPS, and she sent it out like the day I bought it, and I was like, oh, cool. But it didn't come for like 4 or 5 days, and it was stuck somewhere, which again, not her fault, but I've decided that I'm not going to buy from shops that don't offer UPS for delivery, as much as that pains me, because I really like her so much. So yeah, I told her, I said, I hope that maybe, I don't know why she doesn't, but she's not, I haven't heard her say why she doesn't offer it, but yeah, so until then, I'll probably be done buying from there, at least until that changes. Which stinks, because she does such a wonderful job. So let me pot this one up. So here's this one. So we're down to 2 leaves, which I'm fine with. I won't be keeping this thing in, by the way. I could care less, but it really just there for now. And I'll water that later. do I want to put it? Put it here. See if you guys can see it. Yeah. Now, this little guy is going to be too small for my 5-inch tall, I think. I've learned my lesson with these baby plants that, because I am not good, I've only killed 2, I think. 2 have rotted, but they just don't grow for me. And I don't know why. I really don't. The ones that I've had since last year from the Green Escape, or not Green Escape, Green Hues, it's like they just stopped growing. And it's so frustrating. I just up-potted those in a video, maybe three videos ago, maybe 2 videos ago. And I was thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna pump out some new leaves. No, no. And I took it out of the humidity case, and when I did that, it's like they're completely rebelling. So I put them back into their own humidity case, and I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna make it, to be honest. I just don't. We'll see. I've got to go get a smaller pot for this. I'm not going to reuse the one that they gave me. So I'm going to go get that. I'm going to dump this stuff, and I'll be back. Okay, so I don't really have a good fit for this. I don't have any more 4-inch pots other than these ones with holes in them. And I think this is too big, so maybe I should just stick with. So this is a 5-inch. Now honestly, that would fit the best. I think I'm just going to use it. I hate using this though because it's not my clear plastic. All right, maybe I'll just use this guy. Just gonna use him, I think. I don't have anything else. Do I? I don't know. I could have swore I had more 5-inch. This is 6. Yeah, that's too big. 6 by 5. I mean, I know the Anthurium, see, this is 4.5. I know that they like air, so I think I'm just gonna put it in this one for now. I think this would be perfect, but I just can't bring myself to reuse this ugly 5-inch pot that I can't see in. Yeah. Okay. Oh well, it is what it is. Use my Leca. That. Don't have to worry about big holes in this one. I'm gonna rinse this out real quick. Do I need any more? So one thing I need to do as well is I think one of my big Cuprea is dying. So I need to check that too today. I'm not sure why, other than it was growing either a flower or it was growing a new leaf, and it has, what's the word? It stopped, and it's reverting back. So it's not happy about something. Oh, this isn't gonna fit. This isn't gonna fit, guys. Well, phooey. Oh, I don't know. All right. I'm just gonna use this, I guess. I don't have a choice. I'm gonna rinse it out. Daggone it. I thought I had more sizes of that. We're gonna go out one more time and then check before I use that one. Well, I did have a little cute terracotta pot, but the problem is I don't want these roots getting stuck against the terracotta, which they will. And it's so cute. I'll just use this. This is all I can do. So it's what it is, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to order additional, like, I like this size, but it's still too small for that. And I think this is definitely too big. This is definitely too big, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. So, again, I've learned my lesson. It's okay to go big on plants like this, but those little ones, I've learned my lesson the hard way. Just don't do it. Much better. It's not ideal. It actually, I mean, the other one probably is better, but I'd rather just do this for now. Can't see me. Still can't see me very well, but it won't be in this very long, I don't think. I'd be surprised if this doesn't grow. It's not really necessary as a seedling, you know. It's definitely not a seedling, but it is what it is, guys. That's what I got. I hate that it's not a clear pot, though. All right. Let me get the Forgetti cross Vittarliifolium. growing a nice leaf, or soon to be, I hope. Gloves. Hate those things. So you see here, got leaf growing out. What I want is I need to cover it. This plant's growing pretty quickly. And let me come up there. So I don't think I can show it to you. Okay, it's gonna, so you see that there? There's the leaf, but it's open down here. His aeroids are growing out, and I want to cover those up. I cut off most of what leaves were here when I came. They weren't in good shape, which was disappointing. I mean, it kind of, as you can see, this whole, it came that way. So I was a little disappointed, but I'm like, well, it is what it is. Leaves come and go. As many leaves as I had grown really badly over the winter, that you just kind of have to accept it. So that's better. Now I just wanted to cover up. I just wanted to cover him up, so hopefully this leaf will grow out nicely. That's coming. Looks like it's going out this way, so we'll see. Yeah, look at this thing. Over there. You see all these new growth? Look at all the new growth. You got here, you got here, you got here. Come down here. Look at all the little new growths happening. It definitely likes my grit. I see on top here it's growing. We've got new growth here. We've got new growth down here. Oops. We've got new growth all the way through here. It's so pretty. I love this plant. Yeah, I've got new growth coming out here. See that? So maybe it'll fill in some. It's happy. Look at this new leaf on my Clarinervium right there. It's not hardened up yet. He's still growing. So pretty. Okay, I'll get carried away here. So I better get back to it. A lot of good stuff happening around here, guys. I'm really happy with my plants. I love them so much. Okay, so this guy, I think's in trouble. So this really, come back. Okay, stupid Kimball. So this tall guy is the main plant. This one here is a corm that came from another plant, and this one is a corm that came from another plant. I bought these corms, came from my mom's Cuprea, and then the main one was my own, and that's the one that I think is in trouble or needs a repot for sure, because its two outer leaves died off, so I took them off. But this inside here is definitely, it's giving up the ghost. So we need to get all three of these out and figure out what's going on. I have no room up here. I'm gonna go ahead and move this back. So what I'll probably, well, I don't know, it depends what we see here, but I really wanted to keep them all in the same pot, but I don't know if that's good to do or not. It's amazing how these corms are just, I call them corms, but these new little plants have just gone crazy. I don't remember when I changed this last. I think it was December. This is not going to be easy, guys. It's wet. I must have watered it recently, but I don't remember watering it. I only have 3 alocasias left. It's this one, my Dragon's Breath, which is doing marvelous since I uppotted it last week, or March 9th, and my Dragon Scale, Silver Dragon Scale. Oh, the black velvet that I ended up throwing out, it's corms that I saved. They're doing pretty good. They're growing out pretty well. They're not good enough yet to figure out like uppotting wise, so I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do. I was kind of thinking about, keeping it in moss and perlite, because I have such a hard time with black velvets, and I think it needs more moisture than what I've been supplying it, but I don't know. So I definitely should have put the that mat down. Note to self, do that when you don't think you need it. Challenge here now is these are all kind of molded together. They've all grown together even though they're separate entities. So I think I'll try to get off as much of this as I can and separate them if I can. Because I don't think that my middle one's going to make it. It looks rotten, guys. Can't swear to it yet, but yeah, so my black velvet, the corms, I'm really thinking either one, keep them all four of them. I'm thinking of all four of them because I've got 4 corms and all of them are growing. Thinking about keeping them in moss, or I might try again. I've tried doing leca many moons ago, and it's always rotted. I don't know, but I really would love to try leca with the black velvet corms. I just don't think the black velvet likes soil. This may be going outside, guys. This is gonna take me a while, I think. I see new aeroids on this plant, so maybe it's not rotted and it's just the outer skin of this plant that I see the black on. I really do want to separate these guys now, though. Here we go. Here comes one. There's one. There's 2. I don't. Yeah, that's rot. Eesh, I see it. Makes me wonder if it's dry rot. It's certainly not. It's not root rot, because this plant, I mean, I ignored it for 8 to 9 days, if it's rot at all. It's just so hard to tell. But why is this not coming out? It's regressing back. That's the thing. It's a shame. It was such a nice plant, but I don't think I'm going to keep it. There's no corms whatsoever in here. I think it's just like this outer layer that's, you see all this new growth down here. It's beautiful. I'm just wondering if I could cut off this stuff and let it try again. I know I could, but I don't really want to. I don't really want, what are you? I don't think this is a leaf. I think that this was a flower. I don't know. Yeah, I don't trust this stuff. This looks like it's rot. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna keep this. I've got two others, and fortunately I just don't want to try saving another plant, quite frankly. That's, to me, it's just, you got to really love the plant to save the plant. For me, I can't say I really love that plant. So I think I'm gonna call it, guys. Yeah, that, ew, yeah. Yeah, we got rot. Got rot. It's the stringy stuff right here. Yeah. Yep. So here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna throw this out, gonna clean up, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do about my other Cupreas. All right, we're going to lose my lights soon. 5 minutes. I think it's 3 o'clock when my lights go off. So I'm going to stop my camera and turn off that timer so it doesn't go off on us, I think. I think what I'll do here is I'm just going to repot these together again in the same pot. So if they make it, great. If they don't, they don't. I'm not an alocasia girl. But I will try to keep them alive if I can. I think they're cute. Go ahead and put luck at the bottom. boo? What's going on, boo? The mic go on. That's too far down. He thinks it's dinner time. He's an hour off. One thing that I have been doing is I'm trying to think of the word, pruning. I've been pruning my Schinapsis and my Monstera Peru. It got so long, both of them did, and they were like dragging on the floor. And I don't mind so much that, but what I feel like is that just weighs down the plant, and it focuses, oh, there we are. They're taking their nap now. And it focuses on growth at the bottom rather than growth at the top. And so to prevent that, because I want the leaves bigger, I've been pruning them, and I think it's working because I have so much more growth now at the top on both of them. It's filling out. I can't say that the leaves are bigger, but they're definitely sizing up some. I think this is good enough for now. It's probably not a good idea to put two alocasias like this together, but I really don't want to take care of two of the same kind. Anthurium, yeah, I will, but not so much these guys. Okay, there it is. That's really all I wanted to do today. Right? I don't think I had any other maintenance I needed to do or wanted to do. I think there's always some kind of maintenance, but yeah. So, okay, water these. Honestly, do I want to do it outside? It'd be easier because I don't like getting anything in the sink if possible. So, and filling this up and then having to dump it outside, I just feel like I'm just going to do it outside, I think. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. You know, if you enjoyed today, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, maybe hit the subscribe. If you don't see me for a while, don't, you know, come check me out, you know, leave a comment and check in on me or whatever if you want. But I don't know what my schedule is going to be. I really don't. You know, I've been doing it for I've been doing it consecutively every week for over a year and a half, almost 2 years now. Well, no, year and a half. And I don't know. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do yet. So if you just hit me up on Instagram or TikTok. It's Sherry's Leaves on both. And again, most likely you're going to see me again because I do love making the videos and editing them, and I love sharing my plants with y'all. Yeah, we'll see. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoy your weekend wherever this finds you. And thank you for always supporting me and my channel. Bye. Hey everyone. So it's a couple days later. I decided to do a little bit of a happier ending to my video than what we had. I was pretty much tipping on my way out. I typically, after 3 hours of plant chores, really wears me out. So yeah, I just wanted to pop in here and show you my plants and how I have them laid out. And then we'll just call it a day. So I'll flip you over to this other side. All right, so here we are with the one that we just potted up. This is the Dock Block Anthurium Brown Derby crossed with Purple Rain. And as you can see here, we just have the 2 leaves. And I have the plant here, really not specific reasons. I do find that these Anthurium do not like a whole heck of a lot of light. And these darker leaves especially, you can tell based off this one, getting too much light, they lose their color. So I'm kind of stuck in a way, which is another reason why I do not keep these lights on all day. So just to give them a break, although I know that they love the light, I just don't want it to ruin the color of the leaf. So yeah, so that's that one. And then the little one that I potted up, I put over here where the bigger plants are. And this is her right here. So this is the tall A.O. Smith, not A.O. Smith, Ace of Spades crossed with Forgetti, and Michelle crossed with Michelle. So that's that one. And she's already putting out, if you can see here, a new leaf. It's getting stronger since I potted her up. So hopefully that'll be good. She'll do okay there. And that leaf won't, I won't lose that leaf, or it won't be dwarfed, because, you know, typically they don't like to be fussed with when you know, after coming through the mail, and then I fussed with it. So yeah, we'll see. I really don't want to show you through everything. I'm actually going to hop on my bike here and do some exercise. But yeah, I do want to show you also just kind of this way, all of you that have talked about, or, you know, made it known that the Variegated string of hearts like the light. Boy, does it. I mean, look at the growth on this. Growth, growth, growth. And we had little baby growths all the way up here. And you can see up here, I did try to wrap one thing around, but it's just growth, growth, growth. I just love this little plant. It's so cute. So she's doing well as long as I water her every 7 days with lots and lots of water. So, yeah. The other thing, let me show you. Here are some of my crates that I have that I talked about. That's new, the Monstera albo cutting. Everything else is the same, but I really like these crates. I think they are so cool. We did a great job. My husband picked them out for me, and then we stained them like I mentioned. I moved the cactuses and the Hoya down here, so then my alocasia and my begonia that's doing great can be up here. Look at this. Look at this. This thing's given me 1 and 2 and 3 new leaves since I potted her up in that big pot. Yeah, she can grow all as big as she wants up here. There's no limitation. Now here's the repotted corms that you guys saw me do earlier. And it's getting its first dose of sunlight. I'm going to turn it here. These guys, like I say, are usually down below, but now they're brought up. This is their first time they've hit sun. So hopefully these guys do okay. I think they will. They're hardy little plants. I wish I would have known what I did wrong with the big one, but I don't know. And I just retrellised this 2 days ago, and I'm letting this grow however it wants, because honestly, since we're not allowed to have them go down, I don't know what to do with it at this point. So I'm just letting it do its thing. So yeah, that's it. Lots of good updates. Maybe to follow up later. So thank you very much for sticking around, and we'll talk at you soon. Bye.